Hello everyone, how y'all doing? It's Aiden Scar here back, and today we are going to be doing another episode of After Scars. And today I'm going to go over my lyrics to my song Outta Nowhere. Outta Nowhere. Where to begin? This song is essentially a song between me and a friend who I used to hang out with a lot, see them in school pretty much every day, being friends for a good amount of years, and then until one day it's just gone out of nowhere. Just don't know what was the problem, but hey man, it's just that's what spawned the song Out of Nowhere. I mean, can you imagine if me and this person were friends still, or if we're still talking? Bro, like, I wouldn't have made this song, and I wouldn't have made these lyrics, dude, like, which is something to think about. But alright, so yeah, this is essentially how the song came about. So I'll explain what the situation between me and this person was. At first, I originally had it to a different beat. So this song is a remix to a song by Benzino called Bang to This. Yes, Benzino. What rapper wants to rap over a Benzino beat, man? I mean, sorry, bro. I mean, I'm the only person to rap on a Benzino beat that I actually want to remix a Benzino beat. So, originally, this is what I wanted, okay? I wanted another Benzino track to remix. It was a song called Pull Your Skirt Up, okay? And it was a diss song to Eminem. The song wasn't really not that well, but I did want to rap on the instrumental of that song because I thought it was a fucking banger. Like, I'll play it right now for y'all. I'll play the instrumental to Pull Your Skirt Up. Yeah, hang on, there's this. Yeah, it's this. I would love to rap on this beat, but guess what? The fucking MP3 quality, whatever this video is fucking shit, bro, okay? Like, there's no way, okay? I would love to rap on this. If Benzino actually puts this out, man, I would gladly rap on this. But the fucking MP3, it was like Kanye's West Television of Donna. That was a fucking shit song. I'm sorry, man. It wasn't it wasn't a great song. But his vocals with Pop Smoke's vocals, like fucking YouTube free download MP3 off of a major album, like, nah, fam, wasn't good. Yeah, and that was essentially, yeah, I didn't want to rap on this beat because it wasn't up quality. It wasn't a great sounding beat. It wasn't like the poor 280p quality type of audio. Not 40p, 144p, okay? 240p, yeah, like even less than that. So I decided to search up what other Benzino instrumentals were there. Like, is there any other Benzino beats that I like can rap over that isn't a poor MP3 140, 240 type of quality? So I stumbled upon a few, but it was like maybe one or two, but then I stumbled upon this beat. And I was like, oh shit. I was like, oh damn. Oh damn. I was like, okay. This was definitely something that I had to, like, do. I was like, bruh, I was like, okay. Like, what am I gonna rap to on this? Because it was very different from the Pull Your Skirt Up instrumental. I was like, oh. sounds like kind of like a story about. I can tell a story about this probably because of my friend. I can tell about my friend. So like, hey, and then I wrote to this all verses. I think the hook was different. Oh, my bad, y'all. Excuse me, everyone. All right, the controller just jumped out of my hand. So, yeah, it went to Pull Your Skirt Up to Bang to This by Benzino, which I can't believe I found. Like, I was gonna be like, yeah, am I really gonna rap over a Benzino beat? Like, and then I was like, hey, this was something that I could do, and then I did that. Now, I will play. Okay, yeah, we will just get on with the song. The people who produced the song is Hangman 3. That's the instrumental says, produced by Hangman 3. Essentially what they produce. I think it's Benzino's group. Benzino's producer group that made the beat, but they made the beat. Mix and mastered by Imagine Creativity, and the artwork was done by Rap Design. So, yes, we will get on with it. "38 views? Nice."
Out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
Happen out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. Happen out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. Started as strangers and we became friends, and now we're back to being strangers. Out of nowhere. You took me by surprise when you did what you did, when there's no bad behavior. Out of nowhere. The memories are still there and will be forever, and your girl, I don't blame her. Out of nowhere. I guess it's goodbye, as I wish you good luck and you're safe and out of danger.
All right. Out of nowhere, happen out of nowhere. What is this? Get that out. Happen out of nowhere, happen out of nowhere. Out of nowhere, started as strangers, then we became friends, and now we're back to being strangers. Out of nowhere, you took me by surprise when you did what you did, when there's no bad behavior. Out of nowhere, the memories are still there and will be forever, and your girl, I don't blame her. Out of nowhere, I guess it's goodbye, as I wish you good luck and you're safe and out of danger. So for the intro, I kind of wanted to build up a little bit and just say the words "out of nowhere," happen out of nowhere, because friends, and then like immediately out of nowhere, like the song title says, it's no more. So yeah, out of nowhere, started as strangers, then we became friends, and now we're back to being strangers. And now for this, I will talk about it from the first verse. But essentially, yeah, we started out as strangers, then we became friends, and now we're back to being strangers. We were strangers once, then we became friends, and now we're strangers once again. Out of nowhere, you took me by surprise when you did what you did, when there's no bad behavior. It took me by surprise. When there's no bad behavior, no bad blood, no beef. It's just, it's a surprise, like, wow, this happened, okay, cool. No bad behavior, no nothing, all good terms, and just, like, wow. Out of nowhere, the memories are still there and will be forever, and your girl, I don't blame her. The memories are still there with all the times that I've hanged out with the person, and seen the person from school, and all this other stuff that we went together. They're still here. The memories are still here and will be forever. And your girl, don't blame her, because this will be like, get down to the third verse, and essentially like his girl, I don't blame her for the person's girlfriend, because he I believe is and was dating someone back and forth. It was, I'll say, in the verse 3, but yeah, it's like, I don't blame the person, because the person has someone and looking out and probably spending more time and more effort. So I'm like, okay, I don't blame her. But Out of Nowhere, I guess it's goodbye, as I wish you good luck and you're safe and out of danger. I guess it's goodbye, as I wish you good luck and you're safe and out of danger. Goodbye. Wish you all the best in your future. You're safe and you're all good. Okay. And now we're gonna get on to the verse. Verse 1.
I met you on the bus and you made fun of me. Then I joined you on the jokes and now you started to agree to stop. And now we're hanging out from time to time, got to know each other so well. You was a true slime.
I met you on the bus and you made fun of me. Then I joined you on the jokes and now you started to agree to stop. And now we're hanging out from time to time. Got to know each other so well. You was a true slime. Got to. Alright, so I met you on the bus and you made fun of me. So I met the person on the bus, school bus, and then immediately just clowning and doing whatever the what people would do, just joke around but also make fun. It was essentially like the person was like kept copying me. I was like this, doing this all out, and then he just kept copying, and then like sometimes we sat together, but it was just there was no room on the school bus, so it's really you have to sit with someone. It's just like, yeah, and it just happened to sit with him, the person, and then there was also another person who was there as well doing it, but they weren't friends, but they eventually became friends of mine, so which was weird to say, but yeah. But they both started to like you know, kind of tease a bit, but then I joined you on the jokes and I started to agree to stop. Then I joined you on the jokes and now I'm like, okay, if you're gonna make fun of me, I guess, or I'll be the butt of joke, I'll be the butt of joke too. And I started to agree and like to stop, and now it's like, okay, now the person's like, okay, yeah, he's cool, he's cool, stop. And now we're hanging out from time to time. Now we started hanging out. Yeah, we really bonded over certain music that was released. When was this? 2016. Yeah, 2016 and 2017. Yes, this was the time period around that. Yeah, we started bonding over certain artists, like a person, a rapper who I'll mention in a few bars later, and a bunch of other artists, and like what was like the whole goats like Eminem and Logic and other rappers that were pretty kind of like the goats, fam, the goats. Okay, but yeah, and then we just started to hang out from time to time, got to know each other so well. You was a true slime. We were hanging out, and then we got to know each other, and then became a slime. A slime is essentially a word or a slang for a friend or homie. And so, yeah, he became a homie just like that. And what was it? I'm gonna try to remember some things. One time he was like, one time I was just like, the first time me and this person hanged out was on the bus, because my stop from the bus was like here, like normal, and then it's like one other, like the next stop was when I like got off the same with him, and then he was going to a friend's house that was across the street, and then I'm like, okay, let me join in. I'm like, cool, can I join? Like, yeah, sure. And then that was literally it. I just joined for no reason, but I was like, hey, it was cool. And then they went back to their house, and then it was like cool, and then a few hangouts, and it's like, yeah, awesome.
I didn't have classes because you were below my grade. The only time was the bus. That was where you really stayed. Going out of my shell to interact and be unafraid. Trying to look at you before I said it while I navigate.
We didn't have classic you were below my grade. The only time was the bus. That was where you really stayed. Going out of my shell to interact and be unafraid. Trying to locate you before I sit while I navigate. We didn't have classes. You were below my grade. So, yeah. It was only the bus. Because I think I was in high school at the time, freshman, and he was in middle school. He was kind of 8th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade-ish, and I was a freshman. And at the time they had bro, this is like a continuation of School Scars, kind of, but it's like a story in the middle of the School Scars, I guess you can say. Just, yeah, you know, realizing. But the bus uh had us first. I think no, the bus had the middle schoolers first, and then the buses carried over to the high school, and the middle school kids were already there, and then the high schoolers were just hopping on the bus, and then everyone could just go, because it was it was just the way it was. I don't know if no, wasn't vice versa. I don't think, yeah, like, why would we go to high school and then like meet with a bunch of middle schoolers? Or maybe they did, but it's just I was never on that. The only time I saw him was on the bus, and it was just usually uh my parents just dropping me off from school, and in the morning, and then coming back in the after, or in the evening, excuse me. But it was also that time where they couldn't make it, so it was essentially like, yeah, you go on the bus, like, alternative. So it was just like, cool. And by the way, the bus was really it was really chilling, to say. Elementary, if y'all know, the elementary wasn't great, but middle school, it was like, it's still not great. But high school, when I was on the bus, even though it was like, it's still not great. But high school, when I was on the bus, even though I didn't like getting up, early, and then just like waiting for like a couple of minutes early, and then just like waiting for like a couple of minutes, like a half an hour or like 45 minutes, just to go on to get to my stop and leave to go back home. It was like cool because I did get to, everyone listens to music and you just vibe out. And yeah, I was poor. I was so poor I couldn't get Spotify Premium, fam. I had to get want a break from the ads, all that ad. But I did have DatPiff, and I listened to a bunch of great mixtapes at the time from DatPiff. It was like, yeah, the 2017-ish, 2018, 2019, even 2020, listening to some DatPiff shit. But fucking hell, bro, DatPiff is closed. Bro, off topic, I really wanted Scarplay on DatPiff. I tried to get it on, but it's shut down. I'm too late. I'm I'm in the wrong timeline. I can't get it off on DatPiff or Spinrilla. Spinrilla is like shut down as well. Like, the two popular mixtape sites are gone completely, which is like, sucks, fam. Sucks, because if they were around today, I would have uploaded the ScarPlay to not DSPs, DatPiff and Spinrilla, but they are unfortunately shut down and can't do anything. So damn, I missed it, fam. I missed it. It was the wrong timeline. I was too late, but yeah, man, it was, hey, classics, man, every time. Oops, sorry. Yeah, it was classics there. Yeah, but when I was on the bus, yeah, it was like that. Where was I? Yeah, the bus, that was where we really stayed every time on the bus. Going out of my shell to interact and be unafraid. Because for this, I was like, every time I was on the bus, I didn't even want to talk to anybody. I was just zoned. Let me listen to my music. Let me get home, and then let me play the PS4, PS3, that type of thing. And then just go home, just watch YouTube, watch my favorite YouTubers, and just play, Call of Duty, and then Fortnite and Apex Legends, and pretty much, the popular games at the time. So, yeah. trying to locate you before I sit while I navigate. And because, yeah, I didn't want to, like I said, I didn't want to talk to anybody, but he was definitely someone I don't want to talk to, and like was cool. I was like, yeah, I'm cool. Like, I don't have to listen to music. I just chat with you. Like, fam, you're cool. Trying to locate you before I sit while I navigate. Trying to locate you. There were some times where he was sitting with another person and we couldn't or I couldn't sit together, but there was like I was across from him. I was like behind, or like I was like in the front, and then like look over. So like it was like, you know, it was like, hey, at least had it that way. Or then it just moved to a completely different side. But most of the time, it was just me and the person. From sometimes when he had a seat available, or when he was like around the seats. Going.
Went everywhere.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, going out of my shell to interact and be an afraid shell, like a turtle shell, but then popping out before I said I want to navigate. Okay.
But that oh my grade, the only time was the bus. That was where you really stayed. Going out of my shell to interact and be unafraid. Trying to look at you before I said it while I navigate. You knew how to skate, you went everywhere with that board. It was like your own trophy, a thing you couldn't ignore. Listening to Hobson and other artists on the low. Kinda so you want, he's still one of the goats.
Alright. You know, you knew how to skate and you went everywhere with that board. It was like your own trophy, a thing you couldn't ignore. Listening to Hobson and other artists on the low. Clown us all you want, he's still one of the goats. Alright. You knew how to skate and you went everywhere with that board. Yeah, it was like the first time I hanged out with the person, and the person was a skater. Yeah, he knew how to do the whole trays, and I'm not a skater myself. I try to skate, but you know, just like whoop whoop, banana peel every time. It's like banana peel every time. Try to get on that board, but I don't know if he did like gnarly tray flips, or he said he couldn't do gnarly tray flips, but he did the standard tricks beginner shit. But yeah, it was just skater, always with that board. And it was like your own trophy, a thing you couldn't ignore. It was like a own trophy because like you carry a trophy everywhere you go or something. It was just like, yeah, he carried that skateboard everywhere he went. And yeah, skater. I'm not a huge skater. I don't know if I'll ever skate. I mean, yeah, no clue. But I have to like dedicate my life to that, or I have to focus and put my time and energy if I want to know how to skate. Listening to Hobson and other artists on the low. Clown us all you want, he's still one of the goats. So Hobson, man, Shadow Hobson, he's a fucking goat, man. No clowning, okay? You can clown us all you want, he's still a goat. I mean, if you count Happy Ending Happy Ending as a goat song, and Hop Madness, and the Beep Bop song, whatever that was called, or the Bubbles. Yeah, those are goat material. Yeah, but Hobson is a rapper that's essentially I grew up listening to. Me and him, yeah, we bonded over Hobson, and it was really something. Yeah, I was on my Hobson phase. Yeah, 2016, 2017. First time listening was the Illmind 8, and then About the Business, and then his older catalog. And it was just, yeah, the most popular hits, and then the Illmind 5, Sag My Pants, Nocturnal Rainbows, pretty much, yeah, the most popular songs at the time in his catalog. And I'm just like, yeah, man, he's the GOAT, fam. He's fire. He's been that real rap. He's a woke rap, man. But yeah, it's just like there's some times where he can be, yeah, all serious, and then like sometimes, you know, happy endings. And but clown us all you want, he's still one of the goats. Hey, he's still one of the goats. Yeah, everyone had a Hobson phase back then. Not too much now. I think some of the songs kind of aged badly, considering like we're in 2023, now. It's just like it kind of aged badly, but still, listening to that nostalgic feel and listening because like, hey, at the time, yeah, you like this. I'm like, yeah, damn, but yeah, it was like, yeah, and then mentioning the others like Eminem's the GOAT, fam. Logic is the GOAT. And pretty much, yeah, those like the three mains that we listened to. And yeah, and always hanging out, just playing his music. So yeah, it's just like shout out Hobson. He's still one of the GOATs, man. He needs to drop another album, man.
Filled in the gap where my two friends left. Parents welcomed me to their home like a normal guest. Even if it was less time than on some benches, the pen in our brain will always have these sketches.
He filled in a gap when my two friends left. Parents welcomed me to their home like a normal guest. Even if it was less time than on some benches, the pen in our brains will always have these sketches. All right. He filled in a gap when my two friends left, so it was essentially the going back to school scars. The first one was Michael, and then it became Tanner, and then it was kind of yeah, it was kind of like him in a sort of way, because I don't had like anybody hanging out with me in my middle school days. It was just online friends. That was essentially all that I really had, but it was just like hanging out. Like at school, it was essentially him, and then it became like a few more, and then just like, yeah, y'all know. Yeah, he filled in. It's kind of like, yeah, he filled in the gap. Parents welcomed me to their home like a normal guest. Parents welcomed me. The parents were cool, fam. Sorry, just like a little itchy, but parents, yeah, the parents were cool. It was like a normal guest, no bad shit, and we were blessed. Always just, yeah, it was just also another time where he brought like his own another friend. It's just like, yeah, it's kind of awkward at time, but it was just like it was just me and him. We had a bond together, and just like, yeah, cool. But it was like sometimes awkward with another person because I generally didn't know like the other person who was it. And yeah, even if it was less time than on some benches, when you're on a bench in a sports game, basketball or football or baseball, and you have like, you can finally get on, you're sitting on it, and then you go. It's essentially, even if it was less time than on some benches, like when most players are seated, being ready to be called in for the game. Sorry, y'all. Be coming for the game, going to the game. It was just like, hey, even if it was less time, which I don't think, it was not like less time, but it felt like it was less time because people are on there, like, how many players are just on there like for many years to come, like 5, 10, 15 years, and like every time they sit on the bench, and it's just like, yeah, it was like less time than on some benches, or like this was supposed to be like kind of like a normal game, but what I meant for this line with the some benches, less time, but it was still like, it was still kind of more time, but I just like to fit with the song. It's just like, yeah, the pen in our brains will always have these sketches, because the pen in our brain will always draw the memories and all the other hangouts and the time spent together. Just it will always be drawn and like remembrance. I mean, again, always goes, and then it goes back to the chorus.
Out of nowhere, started as strangers and we became friends, and now we're back to being strangers. Out of nowhere, you took me by surprise when you did what you did when there's no bad behavior. Out of nowhere, the memories are still there and will be forever, and your girl, I don't blame her. Out of nowhere, I guess it's goodbye as I wish you good luck and you're safe and out of danger. We moved houses and I didn't see you again until a few years later, like a meet up with Alex Shen in the gym at school. Now you gained some weight, I was shocked to see you again. Your glow was very great.
Alright. You moved houses and I didn't see you again until a few years later, like a meetup with Alex Shen in the gym at school. Now you gained some weight. I was shocked to see you again. Your glow was very great. Alright. So essentially, you moved houses and I didn't see you again. The person moved houses, which sucked, and I think he did move buses, and because I didn't see him again, it was just like, yeah, like, what the hell, fam? Like, you good? Like, no contact. It was the only time we had contact was legit on the bus, and we didn't get numbers, or we didn't really uh, get anything. It was just on the bus, but then it's just like abrupt end because it's just we didn't have any contact info, and it was just it sucked. But I didn't see you again until a few years later, like a meetup with Alex Chen. Who is Alex Chen? Alex Chen is a character from the Life is Strange True Colors. Yes, True Colors. I made another Life is Strange reference. Hey, it's one of my favorite series. It's really, really good. Alex Chen, yeah, she's definitely. I played it once, the True Colors, or I didn't play. My twin did. My twin played it once, and he's gotta play it again. And yeah, to see get the alternate choices. And yeah, y'all want to see Alex Chen? Here y'all go, fam. Boom. Alex Chen, boom. Yeah, definitely the actress that played her, what's her name? Erica Mori. Yeah, Erica Mori did a fantastic job with voicing the character. Shout out her. In the gym, at school, now you gained some weight. I was shocked to see you again. Your glow up was very great. Oh, and going back to the Alex Chen bar, it was because in the video game, it's essentially you're seeing your brother for the first time in years. So it's essentially like, okay, this is like the first time I've seen him in like years, which was like what, a year, 2 years, essentially. But Alex Chen had a like in the story, it was like a little bit more, I'm guessing, but it's just like it's you know what I mean. It's just like, and I didn't see you again. It's just like, oh my God, seeing you again. It's just like, wow. So I met him again in the gym. I was like, holy shit. I was like, yo, and I said his name. I'm like, yo, what's up, man? Remember me? Like we used to hang out and we were on the bus, and like, holy shit, bro, you gained some weight, fam. Like, sorry, like, that was not like in a rude way, but it's just like, oh damn, like, in the gym at school, now you gained some weight. I was shocked to see you again. Your glow up was very gray. I was like, hey man, you grew up, I guess you can say, because it was just like, bro, it was like so weird, hanging out with the first time. It was just like, it was like little, and now it's like, fucking like, he was like my height, and then he became like a 6 foot, 7 foot giant. Not like that, but it's just like, yeah, like matured a little bit. Like, yeah, cool. It's like awesome, man. I was shocked to see you again. Your glow up was very great. And then what happened? And then did we and then yeah, it was just like crazy. So I think yeah, we definitely got contact this time around. And yeah, and we'll go explain in a few bars down in a few.
I still see your shadows in my room. Can't take back the love that I gave you. Yeah, Juice WRLD's your favorite artist, and you got him tatted. Wait, getting ahead of the story. The beat got me distracted.
All right, so this one, okay. I still see your shadows in my room. Can't take back the love that I gave you. Yeah, Juice WRLD's your favorite artist, and you got him tatted. Wait, getting ahead of the story, the beat got me distracted. So, this one, I still see your shadows in my room. Can't take back the love that I gave you. I can only chase you, and I cannot chase you. None of easier said than done. I thought you were the one. Yeah, essentially Juice WRLD's Lucid Dreams. I interpolated the song, which I didn't want to do because I thought it would be stupid. I'm like, why am I gonna like say this shit again? But I did it to make a point. 'Cause I didn't want to like say like, bro, am I really gonna like say it? Because I'm not gonna be like, I still see your shadows in my room. I had to be enthusiastic, and because the beat was like somehow different for like the few seconds, I'm like, okay, this is like weird. I gotta have like something to fill it up. And then I'm like, oh, okay, let's do the Juice WRLD line because, yeah, Juice WRLD's your favorite artist and you got him tatted. Wait, getting ahead of the story, the beat got me distracted. Juice WRLD was his favorite artist. He told me all the time about Juice WRLD, and all of his unreleased songs and how it helped him, which was like great. Yes, Juice World also helped me as well, and pretty much millions and millions of other people. And he even got him tatted on his wrist, I think, or his hand. One of those places, it just had the 999 logo on, which is essentially Juice World's logo and number 999. So I wanted to, yeah, like interpolate that into, with the few seconds that the beat made that, because it wasn't just a straight up just same beat. It was just like change it up like the first 4 6 seconds. Like, okay, let's do the interpolate Juice World, since Juice World is his favorite artist, and like, okay, I had to interpolate it. And that's it wasn't that until 2020 2021 where he really started to like become his favorite. So I'm like, yeah, okay, definitely. But and I said, wait, getting ahead of the story, the beat got me distracted. The beat got me distracted, and it's like that's ahead of the story. We're going way far. That's, yeah, like we just met each other again in like forever, and now we're going far, like a few years when Juice WRLD's fair. So like, yeah, they got me distracted, but then it comes back to the verse and the original continuation of the story that I say.
Class together and we had the same lunch. You let me stay at your table while enjoying brunch. Met your friends, but I knew they weren't right for me. I just knew that long term they wouldn't be here, no guarantee. But it was cool.
Alright. Finally got a class together and we had the same lunch. You let me stay at your table while enjoying brunch. Met your friends, but I knew they weren't right for me. I just knew that long term they wouldn't be here, no guaranteed. Alright. Now for this one, we finally got a class together and we had the same lunch. So it was like cool. We had gym together. So yeah, like I said, gym. Shocker, man. I mean, we're not the same class, but it's essentially the same teachers where everybody gets ready to dress up or let the teachers or coaches just get ready. And it was essentially like that. There was like 3 or 4 teachers and a bunch of students, and then we happened to get like a class together, which was kind of the gym, but not like the same class, but it was like the same area and where we get to chat when we're in gym. And like every Friday, like I said in the interview with Imagine Creativity, of how everybody, like every Friday, got together and just played in the gym, which whether it be Foursquare or basketball or volleyball, or you can just sit on the bleachers and just do whatever you do. But yeah, it was just Foursquare all the time. Not basketball, because it was like games and everything. And maybe sometimes racquetball and volleyball. Yeah, it was volleyball. And like tennis, kind of like racquetball, kind of like that. And yeah, it was just always the Foursquare, and yeah, just chatting that way. So it was kind of like the same class, but yeah. And the same lunch. We did have the same lunch together. And every time we chatted before, it was like lunch, and then we went to or gym after we got dressed, and then coming back and like, yeah, cool. Then we go back, and then we go to lunch. There was like 4 like class or lunch A, B, C, and D. The lunches were, I think, A. We got like the first lunch. It was like A, and then B, and C, and then D. Yeah, and we got together with the lunch, and it's like, yeah, I had nowhere to stay. I don't know anybody from here. I'm like, or I did, but the other friends at the time were on different lunch periods. So it's like, okay, like at least let's just sit with you and your friends. It's just like cool and good to go. You let me stay at your table while enjoying brunch, and he let me stay at his table while enjoying brunch. And what do you have in lunch, bro? I would love to say this in the future, other stories, but I really loved their apple juice. I always traded uh apple juice and chocolate milk. I always traded my chocolate milk for 2 apple juice, because it's like, yeah, it was something. But chocolate milk was okay as well. I They had the chicken patties all the time. sometimes hamburgers, just like, yeah. They had peanut butter jelly sandwiches. They had nachos like every Tuesday or Thursday, one of those days, and mozzarella sticks as well, which is like, bro, nachos was like my favorite. And they also had a salad bowl, which was like a little like mini salad bowl, which like I always liked to get at the time. That was also one of my favorites as well because it had a bunch of salad, lettuce, and cheese, ham. Yeah, I'm just saying my like diet. And girl, I missed that lunch. There was like some times where the lunch was like okay for me, you know. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I was looking forward to it. And you know, you had to had always had the $20 in my pocket. Who said that? From someone from the Imagination Cipher Volume 3. I don't know who said that, but yeah, I can relate. Always having that $20 in my pocket and just uh, getting lunch that way with the parents' money, which, you know, yeah, because we couldn't have that at the time, or at least for me. So yeah. Um, Met your friends, but I knew they weren't right for me. I just knew that long term they wouldn't be here, no guaranteed. So yes, it's kind of like what sometimes when I hanged out with his house originally, it was like me, him, and another friend, which like friend was like really weird, but now it's like now sitting every day getting to know them, which was like they weren't really my friends, they were just like friends of friends, which wasn't like the best. Like I was hella introverted, like I'm always am. It was just um, kind of weird. It was just like the only person I wanted to like really talk and chat with was just him, but it wasn't really um like that. 2018ish, yeah, yeah, it was like 2018. Um, partially sometime 2017ish. I said like 2016. Or did I say 20? No, it's kind of like the 2017, 2018. Because I do remember one time he tried to like steal my glove that I got from a concert. I'm like, bro, like, yo, give it back. And I just like fucking took it back when he was like on lunch. Like, yeah, he wanted, because we were potentially wanted to go to the same concert as well. But his parents like, nah, fam, you're too young to go to a rap concert. It was the Tech Nine concert, Tech Nine, Dizzy Ryan futuristic concert, and it was just like, no, you're too, no, it's rap. Oh my god, they're gonna be smoking weed, which they did smoke and vape. It's like, yeah, of course, but it's just like I was able to go. My parents didn't even want me to go in the first place, but I'm just like, yo, bro, I had to convince my mother, like, yo, come on, like, just please, and like she eventually said okay, but the parents said nah, which was pretty pissed off. But like, yeah, it's like, hey, I got the gloves. Like, hey, cool. And then it's like, hey, can I see it? And then he just like took the glove and like, damn. I was like, I didn't mind it. Like, he had a glove, cool. But then like, I just took it back when he was like in the lunch line. Like, I opened his bag and then just took the the glove back. And then I'm like, yo, you got the glove? It's like, no, it just disappeared. I'm like, what? How did it disappear? It's like, I don't know. It just disappeared. And like, yeah, because I had to get it back, fam. Like, I'm not gonna let you take the glove, fam. Nah, like, sorry, but yeah, but the friends thing, yeah, like the friends were just not for me, man. Everyone has that friends group, and it's just like, nah. But they didn't like really picked on me, I guess you can say, like the original friend group, or the made jokes, but the jokes always the laughing the person to laugh at in the group. But it wasn't like that. It was just like distance kind of, but like they were just talking to themselves and their friends, and then him. But I was just like I was like right next to him, and also my other friend joined sometimes, which is like it made it more awkward, fam, because I know like he didn't have anywhere else to sit, but it's just like, damn, like it's kind of like awkward. And then eventually we decided to just wait, hang on. Met your friends, but I knew they weren't right for me. I just knew that long term they wouldn't be here, no guaranteed. And they weren't right for me long term. They wouldn't be here, no guarantee. Like they're not gonna be there in the future. I just know, but it's just like, yeah. So that's when I eventually like, okay, I can just go away and like sit somewhere else, which is like cool because I definitely found like a little new friend group that I can sit with. I'm like, okay, cool, because this will be like a lot better. Or I think because like we had different periods again, one of those two. Like my memory is like very sometimes cloudy with things. Sometimes I remember like things and then I don't, but then like I randomly remember like one of the things back in my school. I'm like, oh yeah, I did remember that. I remember that now. But it's just like it was one of those two. But yeah, it's just like eventually decided to stop sitting at their table because just like yeah, we were still cool, but it's just like with me and the friend. But essentially, like his other friends, just like, nah, not really for me. But hey, man, but yeah, that's what I had to do because I didn't want to have like friends just like not there. Like I tried, but it's just like, yeah, they weren't really working out. So yeah.
Cool seeing you every time I had a chance, talking about new music that dropped in advance. Even when I found a new friend group that wasn't planned, I'll always be the one to help out and lend a hand.
But it was cool seeing you every time I had a chance, talking about new music that dropped in advance. Even when I found a new friend group that wasn't planned, I'll always be the one to help out and lend a hand. Alright, yeah, but it was cool seeing you every time I had a chance. But every time I had the chance to see you from the gym class get together and the lunch, it was like, it was cool. Like every time, like, hey, I'm blessed that we're homies, slimes, talking about new music that dropped in advance. That pretty much all the music that was dropping at the time, 2018, like Corday, the Logic, um, what else were there? Other types of music. Yeah, I guess Hobson, yeah, but he didn't only drop singles, yeah. And then other, yeah, it was just essentially what was popular at the time. Sometimes, yeah, like the Post Malone's album, and just like, yeah, like there were some times where we did essentially talk about all the music because we bonded over like the music and the hops and logics and that. So like that dropped in advance and like getting ready, like, yo, this album's gonna get ready, like gonna be fire. And yeah, Little Uzi sometimes, yeah, and like all those other people that drop music. And even when I found a new friend group that wasn't planned, talking about the friend group or sitting at lunch, I was like, now I can sit with new people. Essentially, okay, yeah, cool, yeah. But I think it was yeah, probably because we had different lunch periods and we didn't have the same ones, or we probably did, but it's just like not sitting there anymore. But yeah, good. When I found a new friend group that wasn't planned, I'll always be the one to help out and lend a hand. Always help out if you ever need me, or like if you want to sit again, like cool, like whatever, like hey, whatever, I got you, fam. Okay.
Out of nowhere, started as strangers and we became friends, and
Now back to being strangers.
Out of nowhere, you took me by surprise when you did what you did when there's no bad behavior. Out of nowhere, the memories are still there and will be forever. And your girl, I don't blame her. Out of nowhere, I guess it's goodbye as I wish you good luck and you're safe and out of danger. Hanging out again was in the peak of the COVID year, just like old times, supporting each other's own career. Playing Me, Man on the Moon 3 and Illmatic and a bunch of other albums and songs that are classic like.
Alright. Hanging out again was in the peak of the COVID year, just like old times, supporting each other's own career. Playing Me, Man on the Moon 3 and Illmatic, and a bunch of other albums and songs that are classics. So yeah, essentially, because you know the whole COVID shit happened, and we graduated, or essentially I graduated. Everyone graduated, even if you had Fs, y'all graduated. Because COVID happened and just you didn't know what to do. Fast food type of ceremony instead of like the traditional one, which I got, was like, damn, I mean, hey, it is what it is. But hanging out again, COVID, you couldn't really go anywhere. But it wasn't until late 2020, early 2021 is when we started to hang out. Of course, we had our contact info now. And essentially, like, I didn't really hang out. I couldn't really hang out because all I did was like did my side jobs at the time to get some, you know, things going up, some cash going up. And I had to wait to get my license because I was supposed to take my test in April 2020, but COVID just shut that down, so I had to wait 6 months for that shit. It was like, fuck, dude, because I was ready to go, but I had to just wait, which sucked, fam. Because I was ready to go, but COVID, damn, man, COVID. But it was essentially like, eventually got my license. Now I'm like, okay, now I can, like October-ish. Now I'm like, okay, now I can like go places on my own now, which is fucking great. And then I can go wherever I want to, and then essentially hang out with the kind of like the new friend group, and then eventually just text him and like say, yo, bro, you want to hang out? And like, yeah, cool, definitely. Which we did, early 2021. Hanging out again, was in the peak of the COVID year. I mean, yeah, it was kind. I mean, it was starting to like, the peak was like really April, May, March. That was April, May, June, that. But like, it was still like in its peak as well with the COVID, because I had to wear face masks every time I went to work at TJ Maxx. So yeah, it would what it is. Just like old times supporting each other's own career. Old times like supporting me with the whole YouTube videos, which definitely one day can come back to it one day. I just know YouTube, yeah. And supporting, like, yeah, it's great. Playing me Man the Moon 3 and Illmatic and a bunch of other albums and songs that are classics. When we like hanged out again for the first time in like years, essentially, yeah, listened to music all day and played video games as well, because he had an Xbox. So he, I remember the first time he played me, yeah, it was Man in the Moon 3. That was like one of the albums he played. And at the time, I wasn't really listening to Kid Cudi's music, because the only albums I heard from him or his popular songs, and then Passion, Pain, and Demon Slaying, and Kitsy Ghost. Those were the only ones. So like I respected, but I didn't dive to his catalog that much. I only heard like his popular songs, but that was pretty much it. But he played me Man the Moon 3 and like Tequila Shots, and like, damn, this was like fire. And then Another Day, and like some of the, and like what's really simple was like, yeah, I'm playing you this album, and then motherfucker went to sleep. He immediately fell asleep. Like he wasn't even. I was like, bro, like really? The album was blasting out loud in his room, and he was just sleeping, fam. He immediately fell asleep to Kid Cudi, fam. Like, sorry, no, Kid Cudi's a goat too, but he just fell asleep. He was like super tired. It was just like, damn, fam. It was like, oh, okay, cool. And then Illmatic as well. And he played me Illmatic. That was like the first time I heard, or it wasn't the whole album for Man and Moon 3. It was essentially just like the first like 5, 6 tracks. But then eventually, like, I got kind of bored. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put on something else. Like, sorry for that for the Man and Moon 3 listeners. But I did re-listen to it years later. Now, like, I like it now. So, but it's just I wasn't in the mood to like listen to the Kid Cudi album essentially. So, but Illmatic though, Illmatic was, oh my god, was amazing. I heard Nas's songs before with NBA. It had like, I think Represent was on one of them, the NBA 2K soundtracks, and maybe It Ain't Hard to Tell, one of those. But Life's a Bitch, that one sampled from Logic's like older mixtapes, and it was like, oh, cool, it's like the original. Like, yeah, definitely. And then The World Is Yours, of course. Like, oh, the whole fucking album, bro. It's fucking amazing. And, bro, I don't know how the fuck Nas does it, bro. Magic 2 dropped recently, and oh my god, bro. The fucking, oh my god, his whole King's Disease shit. Like, what? How old is Nas? How old is Nas? He's 49. Motherfucker is 49, still rapping. Like he's got something to prove. Like, oh my god, bro. I was so shocked. I'm like, no fucking way, bro. Like, of course, like, the Motion, Irvin Madden Johnson. That song, and One Mic, One Gun, and the 50 Cent feature was, it's like, not good. Like, 50 Cent hasn't really been that good recent years, but yeah, like the other album, Pistols on Your Album covers, like, oh my god, those songs, man. I was just so shocked. I'm like, how the fuck is he still going, fam? But Nas, that's why he's still one of my favorite rappers, bro. What's my top Nas songs real quick? I think I'll go with that real quick. Let me check the percent. Okay. Top Nas songs. I definitely like definitely The World Is Yours. I definitely like Nobody with Lauryn Hill. And I also like hmm um Meet Joe Black. That one's good too. And yeah, he's got a lot of great shit. And the Street Dream remix with R. Kelly. Can't believe I said that name, but yeah, man, that's another fire too. But yeah, like he has great shit, bro. Shout out Nas. It was my favorite Kid Cudi song. Yeah, since I now like, bro, shout out Nas. I don't know how the fuck he does it, man. He's gonna still, bro. His next album, if he ever drops more, like, bro, there's no way. It's automatically gonna be fire, fam. But Kid Cudi, essentially listen to his full catalog finally, kind of like last year-ish. Yeah, like last year. But what is it? Favorite Kid Cudi song? That is pretty tough. Probably, Alive or Reborn, Alive, and then I'll add Erase Me on there, and Just What I Am, and Confused, like, yeah, some of that, yeah, but yeah, I'm going a little bit far, but yeah, like, he played me those albums at the time. Illmatic will, like, full through, and, like, it was fire, amazing, because he had the 25 edition cover, I believe, the one with the X's on the eyes of the baby cover. So yeah, and a bunch of other albums and songs that are classic, like a bunch of other albums and songs that are classics. I played him Mac Miller's Watching Movies with the Sound Off, like, cause that was a great album. I do have other album. I have it written down. Will this work? Hang on. I'm gonna go real quick and see, because I wrote it down somewhere, so I'm spending a lot of time on this. So hey, man, I want to give y'all every detail as possible when it comes to these songs. Alright, let me see if I can find it real quick. Okay, yeah, I think it's on here. Yeah, bro. Wow, yeah, definitely, yeah, Mac Miller, Watching the Movies with the Sound Off was definitely, yeah, an album I played for him when we were playing Call of the Dead, like, amazing. He played me a bunch of Juice WRLD unreleased shit, like, You Wouldn't Understand, oh my god, fam. Yeah, the You Wouldn't Understand song before it was released fully, just going to the, like, damn park and, like, oh my god, fam. Sucks, man, but hey, man, it is what it is. You Wouldn't Understand. Played Groundhog Day, Eminem. I played the Roddy Rebel song, Came and Saw. The California Childish Gambino also played, and, like, yeah, bro, like, it was like I had all these shit because I remember these moments and these great hangouts with the person, and it's a shame that the Outta Nowhere happened. But hey, and he also showed me the Walking Dead show, the TV series, which was, like, cool, because I never watched the TV series. I only played the Telltale series, but Telltale's fucking amazing sometimes. But season 1, fire. Season 4, amazing. Season 2, 3, But yeah, man, shit. Yeah, a bunch of other albums and songs that are classic, damn.
Vice versa, me was awesome because we had the same taste for music and games, and offered him to join my workplace. Wanted him to go to concerts with me so we can have a blast, but was busy and he couldn't go, so the offer passed.
Vice versa, and it was awesome because we had the same taste for music and games, and offered him to join my workplace. Wanted him to go to concerts with me so we can have a blast, but was busy and he couldn't go, so the offer passed. Vice versa, and it was awesome, like I said, with the albums and shows and games and songs. It was awesome because we had the same taste, because it's the same taste. Like, me and, like, my friend, like, we don't really have, like, I still talk to and hang out with, like, we don't have the same taste because he's more of a rock type of person, and yeah, like Linkin Park, Korn, Slipknot, those types of people. Not really rap, which like kind of like it sucks, but hey, like everyone has their own taste. But like for me and him, like we had kind of like the same taste overall for music.